run game, their quarterback, I felt like my DC and myself felt like we had to bring heat to stop the run and to not give Mamron time, which puts number one one-on-one on Grant Buchanan, our number two, who did a phenomenal job on Regan. So that play made a huge play. That's to make that on a Division I kid like that. I'm just so proud of our kids. It's just you work so darn hard to get in this position and to come through. We are somewhat inexperienced, but our kids are not playing inexperienced at times. Like in crunch time, they're not playing. There are times, obviously, where we show our youth a little bit, but hey, how can I complain? 39-35 against Duxbury, one of the best teams in the state this year.
So you got 2 games against 2 big teams, and it looks like Jack and company are really putting their stamp on this. There's no rebuild here. This is our team, and we're going to go. I mean, is that accurate to say?
Well, that's kind of the that's the attitude of this team and the seniors on this team. They want to leave their own legacy, and we've had some great ones come through here. So we lost a lot of very good seniors, but it's just like this. This team is a refuse to lose team, obviously so far. Got to keep working though. They're a lunch pail group. They better keep bringing their lunch pails. That's all I say. Yep.
It seems like all hope is lost for a little while there. Duxbury has the momentum, they've got the ball, and then you get that big interception. And can you first of all talk about that defensive play, and then the mindset? I know you guys always have something up the sleeve on offense. Just what you sent the kids back out on the field with.
Well, it was a huge interception by Mike Donovan, who's really just a phenomenal athlete. It's a track kid that is a very good football player too. So for him to go up and get that ball like he did was impressive, and that gave us the momentum. The energy was back in our favor, but they still battle back and they stuff us. So they're a refuse to lose team too. It was like it was whoever had the last 8 seconds left, and they fell a little short there at the end.
But even then, once they get the ball back, and you got to deal with big number one running down the field, and he gets a big gain. And then I know we were talking about it a little bit on the top here, but just if you could, just that final play, you see him ISO'd out there one-on-one, where the ball's going, everybody knows the ball's going. Yep. Talk about that great play that you're doing.
So we had to roll the dice there, because Mamron, if you bracket, which we did most of the night, we bracketed Regan, their number one, and we did most of the night. We just felt like 4th and short, they had 1 full timeout left, so they run it, get the first there. They still get plenty of now they get 3 or 4 shots at the end zone from potentially inside the 10. My DC and I talked about it very quickly. Said, let's go for this thing. Let's man it up. Grant Buchanan, senior, worked his tail off this summer. Let's put it in his hands. And the kid, he did a great job there, great position. But even with great position on that kid, you can be all over him. Yeah, and he's still coming down with it 80% of the time. So we rolled the dice there. Would have looked like a terrible call on my part had he caught that. Thankfully for Grant, he saved my butt again.